it's Gwen again. Today I want to talk about being a bipolar woman and having a child. I did see a long time ago when I first found out that I had bipolar, I googled bipolar blogs, and I also wanted to see YouTube videos about people talking about their illness. And what really stuck out to me was one woman crying that she could never have a child because she didn't want to get sick, or she didn't want her child to have bipolar as well. Well, I personally have a daughter, and she's 2 years old, and while I was pregnant, I stayed on all my medication. I stayed on all my medication because my psychiatrist told me that it was okay to stay on my medications after she checked out www.motherrisk.com, which is a website with studies talking about medications. So with my specific medications, which were lamotrigine, Abilify, and Wellbutrin, they were all safe to be pregnant on, except the lamotrigine was technically safe, but had a very, very extremely small chance that she could be born with a cleft lip, which she wasn't. Well, besides that, during my time that I was pregnant, there was a lot of stigma towards me by pharmacists. And I did have a couple pharmacists give me a discussion about how I shouldn't be pregnant or on medication. And during my pregnancy, because I was on medication, my psychiatrist said it was okay, but my OBG put me on high-risk pregnancy until I had an ultrasound and I got tested to see if my daughter was autistic. They did a blood test while I was pregnant to see that, and they did an ultrasound when I was 5 months to make sure that featurely she was okay. And she was, but before the ultrasound, the specialist put me on a prescription prenatal vitamin that had 5 milligrams of folic acid. So it would help the brain, because normally you would only take 1 or 2 milligrams of folic acid. So it also was a multivitamin, and I took it every morning and night. And I personally am happy that I was on it. I did have a very healthy baby, and she was a very healthy toddler. I did have one pharmacist refuse to give me my prescription prenatal vitamins and told me that she was going to let my doctor know that I had not that I have bipolar. She was going to let my doctor know that I was pregnant and on psychiatric medications, which they already knew. So that day I cried a lot, and it really hurt me a lot to see somebody like that with me. I also have had a lot of stigma after I had my daughter, with a lot of people suggesting to me that my daughter be taken away, that I even had a family member tell me that make sure that you look nice when you go to your appointments, because you don't want the doctor to call social services on you to take your daughter away. That was very extreme, but I did have a healthy baby girl, and I do have a very supportive husband, but my main point is that if you have bipolar and you want to have a baby and you want to stay on your medications, that is possible if you're on medications that are safe to have a baby. And if you're not and you really, really want to have a baby, well, then I would suggest to switch to a medication that is safe, and then titrate your medications with the psychiatrist until you switch to the other one, and then once you're stable, have your baby. Well, that's everything I want to talk to in this video. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.